increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
I think it is.
But yeah, okay, I feel you.
I got one for you too,
Where the month comes from?
I got one too.
Yeah, got one?
I'll let that one go. I got one.
Here, one of y'all brothers grab it for me since I'm holding the camera. It's Wisdom of Solomon 7, and I think it starts at like 14.
Oh, is that what you got? Oh.
Basically talks about the circuits and the stars and how everything was given for a time and a point and a period. Yeah, or Wisdom Solomon 7.
7 and what?
I think it starts at 14, where it starts talking about the circuits and the stars and stuff.
14?
Good.
7.
Chapter 7. Did you find it?
I don't think it's all 14, brother. Make sure it's not in Sirach. I got another one in Sirach.
Wisdom Solomon chapter 7. Here, let me look it up again.
I was like, they get changed. The spirit and you read out scripture. The spirit's I gotta do something.
We got it.
You got it?
7 and 18, right? The beginning, ending, and the midst of the times, ultimate of the turning of the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought it started earlier than that, but it's, yeah, 18, I guess.
This is Wisdoms of Solomon 7 and 18. The beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alternations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the portions of stars,
Which you use to appoint, you know, seasons and feasts and Sabbath days.
And so even those Polynesians, that's what they navigate off of is the stars. All the sailors navigate off the stars and know what days what.
And then it cycles from the new moon. You got more on that, Art?
Yeah, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says, going on to verse 20, the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and reasonings of man, what is that word? Diversities of plants and virtues of roots, and all such things are as are either secret or manifest.
So what it's saying is basically revealing the wisdom to his people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They have the understanding of the scriptures to interpret the stars, the times, the seasons. That's why we're out here doing this, because it's prophecy for us to come out, commanded us to teach, And that's what we do. And that's also talking about the understanding of times. Yeah.
Do y'all believe in teaching all nations? All nations?
Absolutely. Yeah, but we're fishing through the word to those that have the spirit, because you may not all look like, because of course we don't all look like the stereotypical, right? Talk about the spirit, right.
That's a lack of understanding.
My father's a so-called African American.
Yeah, he's a Judah. Tribe of Judah.
That's an exact example. Yeah. And that's something that's kind of hard to do when you come into this truth, man. Something that I had hard to do. I'd be walking by, like, oh, look at that stank ass Edomite over there. But I don't know. I didn't talk to him. Yeah. So that was something hard for me. Hard to fight at.
The person's spirit will let you know first and foremost, man. You meet a person's spirit before you meet their body.
That was a deep chapter. That whole chapter is deep. Wisdom Solomon 7. What did you do? What did he do?
Isaiah 14, that says the strangers strangers being the Israelite foreigners that don't necessarily look like Israel. Nation. Yeah, and this is Amos 8 and 5, brother, and it says, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and that the Shabbat, that we may set forth wheat? All right, so basically, when is the new moon comes, that when it's going to end, basically, so that we can fulfill the Shabbat and then
change
go about our day and our work. That shows you that it goes by the new moon. So every new moon it cycles into a Shabbat day. So you'll have like double Shabbats, where it'll be the Shabbat week, and then it'll get to that day where the new moon's going to come in. So it'll be the old Shabbat, the new moon will come, will be another Shabbat. And then after that, it goes about the week, and then the next day, it's going to be Shabbat on the day that it is.
So y'all Sabbath on Saturday night or?
Right now it's Tuesday to what, Wednesday?
No, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday night.
Wednesday to Thursday?
Tuesday night to Wednesday.
We just had a new moon, but at the beginning of the month. Yeah.
Last week.
So the moon that you're talking about is full because the way it works, like you said, it's full right now. What you have is you have a new moon, and then it dwindles all the way down, and it goes back up, and then to a full, and then it goes back to the new moon. Yeah, so that's what. Yeah, even calendars. Some calendars even show you the month cycles, and you'll see it in the middle. There's like another big one. You know what I mean? But that's the full moon, and then it goes to the new moon again. Right. So it goes through one cycle of the moon, one phase.
So look, so I'll be setting this on.
Oh, I'm cool. What's up with you, brother?
Yeah, I haven't ordered it all day.
All right. What on?
That's cool. That's cool. This is the guys. So this is you can't really see it, and that's the new one. See, that's the beginning of that Shabbat. Can't
That's
see
the beginning of the Sabbath?
No.
The Sabbath don't always land on Saturday?
No.
Yeah, it always lands on the new moon.
Because the way the moon works is every 7 days, but the way we count days, scripturally, is not the same as the hours that Esau counts by. Esau counts by our hour system. We count by sundown Sunday. So that's where you get the 7 moon cycles. That's why it says like 7 days. Lord's Day. Not Moon's Day. So it doesn't go by 12 o'clock Saturday. Sundown Sunday. It'll switch every now and then. Once that 7-day switch, you have a double Shabbat, where it takes it from basically the old Shabbat to the new moon. The new moon will come and restore itself.
Yeah, because what they did is they started putting labels on things. Going back to Constantine. Bringing the heathenistic roots into the true.
That's another reason they got.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we get the word even Saturday from. It's from the worship of Saturnalia. Which actually what Christmas goes back to, the worship of Saturnalia.
And that's why you also have the Statue of Liberty, because Apollo is the god of the sun, so that's Esau's worship of time. The outward sun.
So y'all Sabbath next. So you don't know your next Sabbath until you look at the
No,
moon.
they know.
Yeah, our next Sabbath is going to be Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Tuesday night, Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown. It changes though once a
And
month.
then once the new moon comes, it'll be the double Shabbat. Basically, the Shabbat will go from Wednesday, or from
Yeah, because the new moon, according to the scripture, is the Sabbath too. That's like when Saul, when he was trying to mess with David, and he would set on all the new moon feasts during the Sabbath, he would sit with them. And when he was gone, Saul's heart, he felt sorrow for what he was doing, because he saw David's seat was empty. You know what I'm saying? So they would always have a Sabbath feast day on the new moon. So because that's when the Sabbath will start. Which is actually something that's really good to do. I used to go meet up with this brother every new moon, and we would get together and we do prayers and stuff.
Which is evidence that we can't keep the commandments perfect because of our slavery.
And that's why Isaiah says that our righteousness is filthy rags, because it's about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of you can't live completely righteous in Babylon, which is
You actually destroy
You don't have
yourself.
to sacrifice anymore. Y'all believe in sacrifice?
No.
It's fulfilled.
Basically, the only differences we have with IUIC is the Sabbath. To the name, that's most important. The name. And I heard you talking to
What's
this
the name
about
about
the Heavenly Father
They
and the
still
Son.
go by Jesus or
Christ
Christ.
is what they say, right?
But don't you have like I highlighted all his names. You got so many.
Yeah, you're right. But those are titles. Yeah, he has one name, but many titles.
Yeah.
You gotta know the real name to be saved. Because that's according to
But then what about the new song?
That is the new song.
It's gonna be a new song.
This is the new song.
That is
The understanding. The understanding is the new song. Well, once you get to the understanding, now if you only read the Bible in English and that's as far as you go, that's not the whole song. No, the Hebrew. The Hebrew actually gives you a deeper understanding than English could ever.
You go into the etymology, which is that stretching words, because they don't want to Old English is different from Latin. Which are right next to it.
Let me pull out one scripture here. This is Acts 4 and 12. If you want to flip to it real quick, brother. Acts chapter 4, verse 12.
In fact, education means to draw out. That's what you're supposed to do with this truth. Once you get the understanding, you got to start to draw it out. You got to start to dig. That's why eating steak, you know, it talks about give milk to the little, and you know the meat to the more older,
More wise.
more wise. Yeah. Well, that's because you got to chew on this meat. You got to break it down, and that's why you need the Hebrew also, because each Hebrew character has a meaning. Yeah. So I mean, not just the word it goes down to, but even the letter has. That's how deep it is. It even goes deeper than that. You know. But if you lack that Hebrew understanding, you're losing the whole. Because this Bible was written in Hebrew and Greek. Yeah. Which is different than today, which
Especially modern day English, which is even different than Old English. Like for instance, the word borrow or marrow. You know, you think of the word marrow, you know, it's a whole ground where eroded is. It also means brown.
Bro, I struggle on that, bro. The description of gosh, Daniel. When he says barrel, I'm like,
Yeah, it also means brown. You know? You be like barrel.
That's also
that
what
ain't
we
no
are.
goddamn
Yeah,
Perry,
that's
dog.
the-
Like,
that's the me off.
well, they said David is ready.
yeah.
Yeah, he has a red glow to his, which means
It's
it's
actually,
rich in
there's a rock that is necessary. It's called Ready Back to Africa. What it's called.
Well, you
And
can
it has
see
that.
it.
It's
You
like a
type in
reddish
Ruddy
brown
Duck on
texture.
Google Images. You type in Ruddy Paint. They got Ruddy Paint. You go buy Ruddy Paint.
What it
and
is
it's
a
brown.
red, like a glow. He's healthy.
Like a dark brown, but it has like a glow to it.
Yeah, and that's why scripture also said we shall be compassed by light, because we have a different aura than others.
Period. Y'all out here spreading this word. They out here.
Fornicating with wickedness,
And you
man.
know what's funny? The Secret of the Mile is a celebration of Yashashakar defeating the French.
You know, I heard this one Mexican dude say, he said like real in Mexico they don't even celebrate. Like,
Yeah, they don't.
no, they don't.
They call it a white Mexican.
Yeah, they frown upon it. They frown upon it.
bro.
It's like a fortune cookie.
Yeah, bro.
Fortune cookie like Chinese.
Which that shows you who the people are too. 'Cause like I was saying, we passed a Mexican grocery store, and like if I went in there, they'd be all frowning upon me because I wasn't born in Mexico, you know. But that shows just how they were in the New Testament when they saw Israelite foreigners and stuff. If you ain't directly been here, you know what I mean, coming to these synagogues, you know, then they would frown upon you. Yeah.
Also, they did that with the light-skinned so-called Negroes.
Yeah.
Light-skinned, then we can't be brothers.
We could never be brothers.
Never. And even the tribes against each other.
Yeah.
I can tell
you know, you got
yeah.
the southern tribe, which was Americanized, and the northern tribe, which was Hispanicized.
That's why they killed Pun. That's why they killed Big Pun, because his song, Boricua Morena. That Boricua goes back to like dark brown skin, and Morena means like light brown skin. So he's thinking about bringing the tribes together, and next thing you know, he got killed.
Morenos and
Yeah.
Morenos and something.
Yo. So he's thinking about the tribes coming together, you know?
Hey, what is that? Katy Perry on the end of that, where that Harley,
Oh yeah.
he says, "We're about to riot. We just woke up the lions," and she goes running off in panic.
So y'all heard about the Kendrick Lamar then, right?
Oh yeah.
But they already know, because you gotta know the truth to tell a lie.
And that goes back to Revelations too.
So they already knew.
You know that the devil's, you know, you're about to see a lot of prophecies come fast. The truth is mainstream.
We're in
now.
Revelation right now.
You know, almost an Israelite that walk by, common sense now knows it's an Israelite for the most part, or has heard it somewhere. It has been mentioned unto them.
Yeah, see?
You know, and that's where that fulfills that Matthew, man, where it says, when the truth is taken throughout all the land, that then shall they come. You know, because Catholicism was already taken throughout the land. This so-called white man on this bullshit, such as abortion, was already taken out throughout the land. You know, they got McDonald's and shit in Europe. You know, they got fucking Portuguese and Chinese and Prophetic and all kinds of churches. You know what I'm saying? So that whole Roman Catholic bullshit's already been spread throughout the world. Lord, so obviously some of that too don't have
If you're still going to a Christian church, you're still under this doctrine. Because you think everybody's going to be saved. And salvation is only for a small few, which is going to be elect. But it's the righteous are going to be scarcely saved.
That's that Ezra, the 8th chapter. It says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many. So, you know, this world right now, man, is made for many. You know, there's abundance of people out here that right now just doing a bunch of bullshit right now. Is, you know, the market. Alright, and this is like what Brother Kyle said, man. This is a slow day compared to what it used to be 10 years ago, because everybody got money to spend, you know. Okay? And it says, but for the world to come for a few. Okay? So the world to come for a few, man, there's going to be few saved. Right? That righteous elect, that remnant, man, is going to learn this way. I hope he goes that be taken out.
So I'm gonna act like a nigga right now.
Right.
So y'all telling me that John 3:16 isn't John 3:16? Can y'all break that down for me? You know what I mean? Like, what's up? Y'all break that down?
We'll get to that. This is we're gonna jump down to chapter verse 3, and it says, there will be many created, but few saved. Alright, so that's the few saved. Alright, so jump.
Yeah, let me grab this verse and then we'll get to John 3:16. This is the one I was telling you about, Acts 4 and
Oh yeah.
and 12. So it says, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. And that's talking about the Messiah, Hamashiach, whose name is Yahweh Shai, you know, which is showing you that there's only one name which we can call upon, you know what I mean? So all these different names, at the end of the day, they ain't doing nothing, you know, and like something further to edify that even is like in IUIC, right? They have you pick a Hebrew name, but they ain't gonna let you call upon the Lord's name. And on top of that, you know, going back to the law, that's a law, not to take the Lord's name in vain, and in vain means like it don't matter. So you got people like there's a chapter in Psalms that says, you know, that Lord hears his servants. He's like, oh well, I'm his servant, I'm doing his work, so he should hear me. Well, a servant would be calling upon his name, you know what I mean? And so oh, you're good, brother. So that's what you know, that's what we got to be doing is calling upon that name. You know, nobody's gonna call upon like one of the brothers was saying, go play yogurt and get to the kingdom. You know what I mean? That's totally just a slap in the face. I mean, it's a slap in the face to call myself. Yeah, I saw that. To call myself a Gar, because that's my name, is Gar. But how am I going to call myself a Hebrew name and not even have the respect for the Most High
What if your wife
to call it by name? Yeah, that's cold.
What if your wife called you a different name?
Yeah.
When we're the bride,
Period.
and you're calling your groom a different man's name, right? Also, how do you have the truth if you don't have the name?
It says that you shall have to call upon my name.
If you're still calling on a false name, you don't have the whole truth. And that's what separates us.
What's his name in Hebrew?
It's
Yahweh Shai. It's on that card.
The Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, which means he who is, based on the he who is.
Yahweh
So
Shai.
Moses asked him, what shall they shall ask when we call you?
Yeah.
You know what your name is? And he said, I am he who exists. You know, that's where you get Yahweh. When you get Yahweh Shai, you need to say, justifies us. He came to die for us, you know, for the elect's sake, to get help in their wickedness, man.
What's
Cover
that?
us filthy rags.
Is that Hebrew?
Torah, brother. This has the Paleo Hebrew, which is what we speak,
And the modern Assyrian.
and the modern Assyrian. So you'll find the Lord's name in there, but they'll call it Salaki.
We call it.
They'll call it Yahuwah,
Yeah,
and they'll call his son Yeshua. But going back to the Yiddish,
That's why I can't
that's
say
what
that
they
in
call
this
upon.
song.
They call upon Yiddish when after 70 AD they started adding matrix lectionis and these different vowel points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where you get the modern Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they would say it. But going back to Paleo, the only vowels was A and I.
Yeah, they didn't have the J.
Yeah, because it was the first language.
They didn't have the
Yeah, so instead of Yahuwah, it would be Yahweh.
Yeah, I know about that. I like I have no problem. Like I said, I have no problem with schools. All my thing is just learn the truth. But if I always,
Hey.
you know, my wisdom can get more and more better.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Because you know, no matter what it is, you know, people might be going off, but at the end of the day, they're still teaching who the tribes are. You know what I mean? They're still, people are waking up, and then if they're the elect, they're going to come to the whole truth.
Look at the seven churches back then.
Yeah.
They all said the truth, but you know, what I mean, they all had their own different ways.
Right, and you had people breaking off.
Yeah.
You had people breaking off, going back when Paul was speaking. He's like, man, these dudes are trying to say that there's no that the kingdom of heaven is already here. You know, so you have people breaking off and starting teaching false things already. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it says, can two walk together lest they be agreed?